Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a new sponsor for the channel. We have Mr. Travis, also known as on the channel The Plain Truth, and I'm super thankful he is sponsoring this marathon. So I'm very surprised of what the music's gonna be like. But I do want to thank you, of course, for for helping out with the video, with the channel, and I do have to give it up for Travis, because he has, I don't know how he does it, but he pretty much when I release a video, he's the first one to comment, and he always puts like first, and so that was really cool. So I do thank you for that. That's really awesome. All right, so let's get into the music that Travis chose for us today. So we're gonna and this is called also Christian music that doesn't bleep. I don't know what he meant with that, but hey, we'll find out. And so here we go. So the first one is it's 4 songs. The first one is from the band The Call, and it's called I Still Believe, and then Great Design. This is from the album Reconciled. Let's see what year this is. 86. All right. Then we got The Marriage of Figaro, but it says sort of, which is originally, of course, by Mozart, but this is by Lanny Cordola, and the album is Electric Warrior Acoustic Saint. All right. I'm intrigued. I want to know what that is about. And then we got Steve Taylor. I Blew Up the Clinic Real Good, from the album I Predict, 1987. Oh, let me see. Electric Warrior is 91. And then we have one more. This one is not on Spotify. So if there is, if it sounds a little less, I apologize, but we couldn't find that one on Spotify. This is from Phill Keaggy, and this is called Time, and it is from the album Love Broke Through from 1976. That's going to be the last song on this marathon. So here we go. Thank you so much again, Travis. Let's have some fun. I'll be right back. All right, and here we go with the first song. It's I Still Believe by The Call. Here we go.
I'm turned and tossed upon the waves. When the darkness comes, I feel the grave, but I still believe, I still
this is really good. I don't really I mean, it sounds very 80s, of course, but that's I love love the 80s and everything, what sounds 80s is welcome in my book. I don't know. I'm even looking at bands that are, if you're a fan of The Call, that you would also be a fan of, and literally everything that I'm looking at is I don't know anything. So I'm pretty much like, I don't know of anything to compare to this. But something that struck me here, a CD that was just sent to us, which is this here. Let me see. Let me see if I have it. It's called Missing Persons by Tony. Missing Persons, that's on here. So if you like The Call, then you would also like Missing Persons. And this is so cool because Terry Bozzio is on this, and his wife. So I got something to look forward to. I'm really enjoying this track. It's like, just like, it has all that instrumentation that I like. I love the voice, I love the lyrics, and it's just very like, I don't know, it has this beat that's very inviting, and it's great stuff. It's great music. It's like typical 80s music that's like good, and I'm sure it got a lot of radio play, and I'm sure a lot of you know this track, but it's very new to me, but I really like it. So, but it says like, if you like this, then you like The Alarm, Missing Persons, General Public, The Icicle Works, and so forth. So it's a genre that I haven't really explored, but I really dig it. I really like it. So let's continue.
Walking these streets, look at the things that I meet. I feel like I wanna go home. What do I feel? What do I know? But I still believe. I still believe, through the shame and through the grief, through the heartache, through the tears, through the waiting, through the years. For people like us, in places like this, we need all the hope that we can give. Oh, I still believe.
Very cool, man. Very, very nice synth. But also I love that the instruments were, I mean, they were pretty rock, but it felt more like pop, pop going into like rock pop, like I don't know if that's even a style, but I'm sure it is, like a little bit of, I don't know, man. I don't want to say anything and then, be all wrong, but I just enjoyed it very much. I love the guitars. I love the keyboards, the drums, and I really enjoyed the singing. That's what I enjoyed almost the most, because he has a really good voice, and it really comes through, and musically just very, very satisfying. So awesome. Thank you for that one. Okay, now Larry, let's see. This is Larry Cordola, I'm sorry. And this, it looks more like a I have been a fan of guitar players like Steve Vai and Ingrid Malmsteen, and so it looks like one of those covers, Winnie Moore, Tony McAlpine. So I don't know if he's like a shredder. Oh, it's not Lenny, it's Lanny Cordola. So let's hear, Marriage of Figaro, and then sort of maybe he made it his. I like that. So here we are with the Marriage of Figaro, which is I'm very familiar with this track, of course, the original, because I used to listen to Mozart like almost every day. Here we go.
Mozart!
Oh, from the movie. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I think uh he is playing like the theme and everything. I love that he's playing it note for note. I love that he's using some stuff from the movie from Amadeus. The it was Mozart's laugh, and then also of course Salieri, who was like Mozart, at the beginning of the movie. I've seen that movie hundreds of times. I was just obsessed with it, especially with the at the end where he's like basically giving notation to Salieri because he's like basically dying. And so my relationship with Mozart has been like since I was a boy. So it's really cool that he's doing his own interpretation of the song, and that's why he says sort of. I love how he's incorporating like the banjo, and he's doing his shredding, in the style of like I said, Tony McAlpine, Vinnie Moore. There's some really cool renditions of like fantasy impromptu by Chopin, by Ron Tal. He literally plays the thing on the guitar, which is almost impossible to do. But yeah, I've heard some really cool interpretations of classical songs on the electric guitar, and it's it's a neoclassical thing. It's a shredder's thing. It was very popular, and I used to do it myself. I used to play all kinds of stuff that was not composed for the electric guitar, but I played it on there anyways. When I was just practicing. Classical music has always been very in the forefront of my upbringing, and I started with classical guitar, and when I switched to the electric guitar, I used to play a lot of licks, of classical licks on the electric guitar, and just as arpeggios and melodic minor scales, harmonic minor scales, and all that good stuff. And so it's very familiar, it's very good, and I like that it has a little bit of humor incorporated as well. It's not so serious, so I'm loving it. It's really cool. Let's continue. Yeah, the end sounded more like something, out of Joe Satriani's book, or, I don't know, Steve Vai or something, but really cool. I did like it. And I love that part where he says too many notes. And then Mozart is like, which ones did you have in mind? It's perfect. I love that part because it was like, you don't understand what I'm trying to do here. And he's like up and down and scales. And Mozart was like, this is perfect, like, and it was just, I guess, too much at the time for them. So, and then of course they were also very, very jealous of his genius. So yeah, it was just, pretty, must have been very frustrating for a young Mozart to have so many great ideas and then being rejected because he's just too good, But yeah, this was a great rendition, very fun, and great shredding. It's just a style that I'm so familiar with. It's insane. If we have some time at the end of the marathon, might incorporate a small section of those guitar players that I talked about, if it's not too long. But hey, we're going to move over to Steve Taylor. It says, I blew up the clinic real good. And this is again from 87. Here we go. Very cool. Another song that I don't really know what genre it is, but it's very good. It sounds more like a party song, you know. It's very positive. I love the sax. I don't know. I think it's if it's a sax or if it's trumpets, but the whole feel has a very like, you know, like I don't even know like yeah, because I even looked up artists like him, and there were like 20 artists in the category of Steve Tyler, and I knew none. So there you see how you know, how Lexi and I, we have like no idea still of so many different styles of music. But this is very cool. I love that there's electric guitar. It has its certain, you know, rhythm, and it's like more like, yeah, it's more like a party. It sounds very like a party song. It's very happy, very feel good. I can totally see this playing at a bar. People are dancing, you know, it's good music, you know. So, but it's just like I have nothing to compare it to. I'm totally lost, but I love it. Yeah. It reminded me of a song that's it's so crazy because that song I've only been in like three car accidents in my life and that I did not cause myself. It was either because of ice or some weird roads. One was in Germany because of black ice. The other one was in Mexico because there was a hole in the street. But my dad and I, we had like this horrible accident where we got onto some black ice and we couldn't brake in time, so we basically rear-ended another car. But there was a song on, and I will always remember this song, and it was ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, bum bum ba-da-da-da-dum, dum doo-doo-dum, doo-doo-dum. And it would go like the heat is on, ba-da-da-dum, bum ba-da-da-dum. Because when the crash happened, that's the song that was playing. Oh, 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 dun, 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 dun. You know, and that's what this reminded me of a little bit. It was very happy and very, you know, I don't know, very. Maybe I should react to that song with Alexia because I haven't heard it, but it was always in my mind because it always brings me back to the crash. But yeah, and it wasn't like traumatic or anything, but it was pretty scary. So these are the three songs we're gonna pull from Spotify. This is Phill Keaggy. No, wait, I looked it up actually. Let me see. This is hilarious. Listen to this. This is Google.
Phill Keaggy.
Okay, so Phill Keaggy, because sometimes I just don't know how to pronounce stuff. So it's Phill Keaggy, and we're gonna do Time, like I said, from 76. And this is from YouTube, so if it's a little bit lower, sorry, but it was not available on Spotify. But here we go with Phill, and also this is a guitar player that Travis has like in high regard because he's like, oh, you want to listen to some good guitar? Check out Phill. So here we go. Oh yeah.
Well, he hasn't always been around, and he won't always be. But he's on the move at this moment, measuring life for you and me.
Very nice.
I feel we all submit to him, existing anxiously. No one is able to turn him off except the Lord.
Yeah, this is definitely my favorite one. But this one reminds me of the style of the one we listened to before of Steve Taylor. A little bit, I think it's in the same genre. It has that feel good vibe, you know. I like that this is a little bit more technical. And I love the drums. I love the whole um the song is really really interesting musically. There's some orchestration in the back. I like his voice. Reminds me a little bit of Getty from Rush. I don't know, because I guess it's a little bit more high pitched, but very good, man. This is like, I think, the favorite one so far from this marathon. Let's continue. Very good, man. Very, very good. Yeah, I think this song like took the you know, the win from me, because it was the improvisation at the end of the guitar and the keyboard, and everything was just phenomenal. Like, very good musicianship, and that's what I love, you know. Being a musician myself, that's what I look forward to playing when I'm on stage, you know. Like, oh, I moved the entire desk. But yeah, like, to have a cool keyboard player who knows how to improvise and then, you know, take turns is heaven. Yeah, this was great. Phill Keaggy for the win. Really, really cool. I did enjoy that very, very much. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, guys. So I promised you another song because there is 5 songs on a marathon. We're gonna do one of my favorite guitar players, Greg Howe. I know he's not very well known, unfortunately, which is a crime, but you'll see what he can do. So basically, the first one is like a little bit of a comparison of the Marriage of Figaro, but this is called Bach Mach. He's basically plays a bunch of like arpeggios and really cool scales, and I even learned this song back, I don't know, when I was 18, 19 years old, to the best of my abilities. But what comes after the whole classical thing is basically what I then started to study years after, because it was too hard back at that time, because it's fusion jazz. So here we go with the first part, which is called Bach Mach, and then the next song is called Plush Interior. So here you go. Yeah. Great stuff. This is just like the difference between playing neoclassical and then going into the jazz realm and playing fusion. I mean, those scales like just seem like they never end because he's moving around the neck so freely. Whether in a classical context, you basically just go from one note to the other and then kind of like arpeggio around. And I don't know, it's a little bit more because you have to stick to certain rules that are playing classical music that you can break in jazz. And it's such a great example. And I'm sure if you like Lanny Cordola, Travis, I'm sure you appreciated this piece, this instrumental piece as well, such as the Marriage of Figaro. This was a great marathon. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Leave your comments for me and Travis in the description. What did you enjoy the most? What did if you didn't enjoy this last piece? You know, I might understand it's a little bit dense, but the good thing is you don't have to watch the entire thing. But hey, thank you so much again. Thank you, Travis, for submitting your first marathon. I do appreciate it very much. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.